Anyone's spamming the chat when we get lost connection. Connection lost.
For some reason, Elon Musk decided to stream himself playing Path of Exile 2 on his private jet to show off the capabilities of Starlink, which is a really interesting choice since the last time he streamed himself playing this game, it ended in total humiliation for him because it was obvious to actual PoE2 players that he had no idea what he was doing, which isn't controversial in and of itself because all players are noobs at times, but the reason why it was so embarrassing for him in particular was because he was ranked as one of the top players in the world, meaning he paid somebody to boost the character in a game that he wasn't really playing just so people would think that he's an elite gamer. This is loser shit to the highest level. And after denying it at first, he finally admitted that he was indeed paying somebody to boost his accounts in both PoE2 and Diablo 4, as PC Gamer reports. So I don't know why he would stream PoE2 again, following that cringeworthy debacle that you would think he would want us to forget about, but he did. And it expectedly did not go too well once again. For starters, he died at the tutorial boss, apparently. And as you all saw at the start of this video, he was trolled mercilessly during the stream. And no matter how many times he blocked the troll, they kept coming back to spam mean comments to him. And I want to read some of these again. So they said, "You ruined the country just like you ruined all your marriages." Damn. Elon, how is it possible to look this dumb and ugly? Why is your Tesla company falling apart? Ha ha ha. What happened, buddy? Ruthless. It's me, Ashley St. Clair. I have no other means of contacting you, so I bought PoE2 early access just for this. Please pay your child support. Thank you, Elon. That one, I don't know. That one is probably my favorite. You have no real friends and will die alone. Now, user Elon Musk is a pedophile spammed die multiple times, and he did indeed die in the game multiple times. And there's another one that is not featured in that video that 404 Media shared, which reads, "You will always feel insecure. It will never go away. And still not over Grimes. She never loved you." And I feel like these people are preying on all of his insecurities, and it presumably got so bad that he quit, according to Newsweek. And this is just brutal. Absolutely brutal. And I would feel bad if this were anybody else, but since it's Elon Musk, I can't get enough. I could read these comments all day. Now, aside from the troll spamming him over and over and over again, one of the PoE2 players who figured out the last time that he was paying boosters tuned in to his latest live stream to point out how shitty Elon Musk was at the game, which is funny because I think that Elon Musk expected this to be a redemption stream of sorts after getting exposed as a fake gamer. So odds are he probably practiced a little bit and thought that maybe he could fool more players into thinking that, you know, he at least plays the game a little bit. But let's just say that he did not redeem himself. And worse, if this was supposed to show off the capabilities of Starlink, let's just say wasn't the best advertisement.
No, Elon, don't turn that on! No, did he think that's an upgrade? It's not an upgrade, Elon. The one that your fucking boost to set you up with was way better. What's funny is watching Elon play is more fun than playing myself. I'm not even kidding, dude. Watching Elon stream from a jet plane on Starlink at 240p with like fucking music playing out his goddamn boombox. Oh, he's lagging. Whenever someone says you ruined the USA or you ruined America, he always smiles. That's what I'm noticing. He looks down at his chat and he instantly smiles every time. What is it? Why is he smiling at that? Is he smiling because he thinks, no, I fixed it? Or is he smiling because he's like, yeah, you goddamn right I did? What is he smiling about? I don't understand why he's smiling at that.
There's a lot of retards in the chat.
He said there's a lot of retards in chat. I am genuinely entertained. It's funny because it's like the guy was claiming to be like the top gamer, but then to watch how heinous he is at the game is funny. Just seeing how slowly he does everything is insane.
Amazing. Now, to be clear, I don't think that anybody would care about how good he is or isn't at video games if he didn't hype himself up as one of the top players in the world. That is what makes this so pathetic. And just listen to the way that he bragged about his gaming bona fides on a recent episode of Joe Rogan. I think this was from November of last year. And he talked about how playing games on the highest difficulty actually calms him down because he's just that good. And he said a bunch of other shit that makes you think that, you know, people who are good at gaming like him are super duper smart. Just watch this. This is so cringeworthy now knowing what we know.
So are you in the top 20 in the world or top 20? Wow, in Diablo.
Yeah. If I play a video game on extreme difficulty, then I have to concentrate fully on the game, and it has a calming effect.
Yeah.
It sort of chills down. Anything that forces you to concentrate fully actually has a calming effect. I find it just sort of like kind of a restoring effect. Mentally.
Yes.
It's good. I mean, because you got to move both hands simultaneously.
Right.
You got to react to something very fast, then on the screen. So, and if your keystrokes or your mouse clicks or whatever are wrong, then you lose the game.
Right.
So, if somebody's has a good rank in video games, I would say that their manual dexterity must be extremely good.
Well, it's so
their fine
hard.
motor skills have to be excellent. In fact, I can actually tell what my mental acuity is if I play a very hard video game. So if I'm trying to sort of get an extremely good clear time in Diablo or something like that, or a first-person shooter, whatever the case may be, if I can tell that I'm tired or my brain's not working as well as it should. It's like a mental calibration. You can tell immediately how good is your mental state.
Right.
So people who have high ranks in video games, like me, have actually super high mental dexterity and high motor skills, bro. And if you play really well, that actually says something about your mental acuity, bro. And to a genius like me, hard video games actually have a calming effect because I'm just so good, bro. It's so goddamn cringeworthy. Meanwhile, as he says all of that, he's paying people to boost his accounts and bragging about how much of a fucking genius he is because of his elite gaming skills. It is so fucking cringeworthy. If this were me, if I were caught lying about something like this dumb, which I never would, but if that were me, I would never show my face in public again. But here he is, streaming PoE 2 again, for everybody to make fun of him. It's like he's a sucker for punishment. And again, there is nothing wrong with being bad at video games, so I just don't understand why he has to lie about it. You can enjoy games and be bad at them, but it's the unnecessary lying that just doesn't make any sense and really makes him look that much more pathetic. And what's funny is that his daughter Vivian recently exposed just how bad he is on a recent Hassan stream.
I can expose something that I think is really fucking funny, which is the fact that I suspect when I was 12, he was bronze in Overwatch and me and my twin weren't. And he would try to constantly get us to play ranked with him. And I'm 90% sure it was just because we could carry him. And I was a 12-year-old Hanzo main who was barely in silver. He was a bronze Torbjorn main. He was fucking dog shit, awful, god awful. So no, I don't believe the fucking, he's like, I am a pro Path of Exile, whatever the fuck. No, the fuck you are not. This is so cringe.
So he's bad, but he feels the need to lie about it, which is weird, to put it mildly. I mean, imagine being so insecure that you can't even accept that you're bad at video games or just not good at every single video game ever. That's just so bizarre to me. As somebody who plays games, I don't care if people think that I'm good or bad. I'm okay. Right? I'm more of a fan of Soulsborne games, and I feel like I hold my own. I'd probably get my cheeks clapped like that in a PvP situation, but I take the time to learn the mechanics, and I get pretty good. In a game like Call of Duty, I would die immediately. Not good at that. It just depends on what you want to take the time to learn. Like, if you enjoy video games, why does it matter if people think you're good at them? Like, to me, the joy that I get from video games is accomplishing things, making my character stronger. To him, the joy that he gets from video games is getting other people to think that he's good at video games, which is just such loser shit. I can't even fucking put it into words. It's almost unbelievable. I mean, the fact that he feels inclined to boast about being one of the top players in the world when he very clearly doesn't even play the fucking games he's talking about is so embarrassing. Now, after he attacked Hassan for playing a woke video game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Hassan offered to challenge him in Elden Ring so he can put his elite gaming skills to the test. And that's another game that Elon Musk plays. And he never took Hassan up on that offer because, again, it might destroy the illusion that he's this master gamer, which is what he all wants us to believe, even though we now know the truth. It's going to make my head explode. It's so fucking weird. Now, what's funny is that I actually do play Elden Ring, and I know firsthand how bad Elon Musk is because he shared this tweet of his character build and the gear that he was using, saying equipped load will be lower if fast roll is needed. Now, as somebody who's probably put almost 200 hours into this particular game myself, I can tell you, he does not know what the fuck he is doing. And I can spend an entire podcast episode critiquing that build, but let me just go over some basics so that way the non-gamers can understand how stupid this man is. First of all, he has too much gear equipped, and if you're too heavy, you're going to be slower, and if you're going to be slower, then when you dodge roll to get out of the way of enemies that want to kill you, it's going to make playing the game more difficult. And basically anybody who plays the game will tell you that you have to be able to dodge roll fast. Otherwise, you're going to get killed. So the fact that he's going with this and is fine with it is stupid. Moreover, he has 2 shields equipped, and you don't have to be a gamer to know that you don't need 2 shields. But also, he's trying to play as a magic build, so he arguably doesn't even need 1 shield, let alone 2. And you can also summon characters in this game to help you with the game. He has 3 different summons equipped when you can only use 1. Anyone playing the game for more than a couple of hours is going to know that. Also, he has a bow. Now, if you have a bow, of course, you're going to need arrows to shoot with, right? Well, he has the bow equipped, but he doesn't have any arrows, making the bow that he has equipped useless. But it gets worse than that because he's playing as a magic build, supposedly. So he has a magic staff that he can use in lieu of a bow for ranged attacks. So if you can already pew-pew somebody from a distance with your magic, why would you also carry a bow? It makes no sense whatsoever, right? Why? Why would you make these decisions? And apparently he's put over 100 hours into this game, and he didn't take the time to just learn the basics. Like, there's no shame if you have to go to Extra Life and look up how to beat a boss, or what's the best build, or what weapons go with, your character, what's a good armor set to get. But he wants everybody to think that he's an expert, when he very clearly doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And there's kind of a trend here, right? He says the same thing about government, speaks with confidence about how Doge found out that there are people on Social Security who are 200 years old. Come to find out, he's just misunderstanding the way that they're coded in the system. He's an idiot. And this whole debacle with video games, it just goes to show you that this is a trend for Elon Musk, where he wants people to think that he's smart and he's an expert on everything, when in actuality, he's the biggest fucking dumbass in the country. But I mean, I guess that with regard to this Path of Exile 2 stream, he thought that he would be able to redeem himself. But as you all saw, it didn't quite work out that way. And it turned out to be the cherry on top of a shit Sunday of a week for him, because he also poured $20 million into a Wisconsin race and lost. Tesla continues to hemorrhage money, which is also affecting his personal net worth. And there are reports that Musk is going to be pushed out of the White House relatively soon because Republicans are souring on him. And as this CNN business headline put it, everything is blowing up in Elon Musk's face. And yeah, that's happening, and you kind of love to see it. But it's just interesting to me that he thought that he would be able to get back in the good graces of gamers after pissing everyone else off. Like, oh, Republicans don't really like me anymore. Democrats certainly don't like me. Liberals don't like me, who bought my electric vehicles. So maybe I'll get back good in with the gamers who I just lied to about being an expert gamer. They're all shit and I'm the best. But maybe they're going to accept me back, even though I just showed them that I'm the biggest fucking loser on the planet. I mean, it's just, I don't know what goes on in this man's head. Probably nothing, right? But what's also extremely funny about this situation is that anyone associated with this administration should probably steer clear of gamers, especially at this time, given how Trump's tariffs royally fucked over people hoping to pre-order the Nintendo Switch 2, because Nintendo just announced recently that they were postponing pre-orders in the United States in order to assess the impact of Donald Trump's tariffs. And as the Latin Times reports, Nintendo fans are blaming Trump for this, as they should. And part of the controversy surrounding the Nintendo Switch 2 was the higher than expected cost of the console, as well as the games, which didn't apparently factor in Trump's tariffs when they made that price. And according to analysts quoted in Forbes, the cost of the base model could be $80 to $90 higher because of Trump's tariffs. And to make matters even worse, pre-orders were just paused in Canada too, because they don't know if Americans trying to buy from Canada, if there's problems here, is going to fuck up the supply in Canada. So Canada has to suffer because of the president that Americans elected. So Americans and Canadians are both watching British people tweet about how excited they are that they just secured the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-order, and we all have to wait and wonder if we're even going to be able to get the system or if we're going to be able to afford it because of Donald Trump's tariffs. And if you look at the Nintendo Switch 2 subreddit, you'll see that gamers are not fucking happy with Donald Trump. So it is beyond hilarious to me that Elon Musk thought that of all times, now would be the best time for anybody associated with Trump to try to appeal to gamers. I mean, it's just, I don't know what is going through his fucking head, and I've said that multiple times, so I sound redundant, so forgive me for that, but the things that they do on a daily basis has all of us scratching our heads because it's just beyond comprehension. These are supposed to be the experts, right? They tell us that if you're rich, that automatically makes you intelligent, but Elon Musk is the biggest case study ever proving that wrong. Right? And the policies of this administration are making it harder for regular people to afford the hobby that they love so much that helps them forget about the hellscape that they created for us. But he thinks that now is the best time to prove actually he is an elite gamer, even though he was paying people to boost his character in PoE 2. It's amazing to me. I mean, it's not like video games weren't already expensive to begin with thanks to industry greed, but now it's going to get even worse because of Donald Trump's unnecessary tariffs, and Elon Musk thinks now is the time to get back in good with the gamers. Amazing. And listen, it may seem frivolous because video games aren't essential items, obviously, but video games provide a much-needed escape from the late-stage capitalist dystopia that we're all living in the same way that movies and TV shows help people escape. And what politicians and oligarchs don't realize is that if you take away the distractions that keep the peasants in line, you're making it that much more likely that the peasants will pick up pitchforks and want to revolt. There's a reason why bread and circus was essential to Rome in its dying days, because if the peasants were fed and entertained, they didn't dwell too much about the exploitative working conditions that they experienced, or the lack of economic opportunity, or the fact that the rich kept getting richer while things were getting worse for everybody else. So, I mean, without trivial distractions like video games, things will only continue to get worse for everyone, peasants and oligarchs and politicians alike. So, make of that what you will. But overall, this story was incredibly hilarious to me, and forgive me for my petty responses sometimes. I think it feels good to just be petty, especially when we're talking about shitty people who are hurting other people. The fact that Elon Musk is so worried about the way that people perceive him, and the fact that everybody views him as the loser that he rightfully should be viewed as is great. So listen, Elon Musk, do some more Path of Exile 2 streams, stream some Elden Ring, stream some more games, because I definitely feel like it's going to get better if you do them more often. It's not going to humiliate you. Definitely do it more. Eventually, you'll get better. Just keep at it, and make sure you stream and have the comments turned on so we can watch.
Alpha male, not a beta male.